Well, it's showdown time now as we are ready for the True Value two-wheel drive heavy metal championship. Again, multi-class vehicles, but the Class 8s are expected to dominate.
Inside with Robby Gordon for the start. Watch that right foot. There, right down to the firewall.
If it could go further, guaranteed it would. Now, the question is, if you remember, Walker Evans in the Class 8 race got out first, and he did it again. That is Walker on the right side of your screen.
The Dodge wins the start line drag race again. Now, that shouldn't be too surprising since the engine was built by Keith Black, a legendary builder of drag racing motors. Ever heard of Don Garlett? Same guy builds his motors.
Well, we are into turn number 2, and unfortunately for our in-car camera again, it's in second place because it doesn't look like it's going to survive this race any better than it did before. But second place with Robby Gordon as you are along for the ride. Look at the way the footwork with his left foot constantly on the brake for trail braking purposes, and then he hammers the throttle when he needs the power. Walker Evans, that is fuel overflow, by the way, if you saw a little fluid coming out of the right and rear of Walker's truck. And Walker a little sideways on the jump.
Well, they water this course real heavily between the races, as we mentioned, and Walker just went through a real slippery spot there, but he hangs on. Look at those tires dig. Two-wheel drive, but they got a lot of traction.
Jack Flannery in third place, so you've got two West Coast drivers with the Midwestern favorite running in third and well within striking distance. We head around for another lap. Looking back into the pack, John Kemp and Dave Hocker's banging on each other. It looks like Kemp may have a problem with his left rear as he heads around for his first complete lap. Down the long straightaway they come, and Robby Gordon has gotten around Walker Evans. So somewhere Walker made a little boo-boo while we were looking back in the pack.
Well, Robby is just loving this right now. He wanted to pass Walker in the open field, and he's done it.
So Robby Gordon has taken over the lead in the two-wheel drive heavy metal championship, and he is hammering the throttle.
Watch him as he goes through these corners. He's driving this big 4,100-pound truck like it's a sprint car. He hikes that inside wheel up right off the ground and goes pitching out of there. This is the world's largest car, Marty.
We're talking about the weight to differentials. You notice that they added a tire back to the rear end of this truck. In the beginning, Russ Wernemann told me they took off all the tires and took out some of the fuel loads that they would normally run in the desert. They also took off 200 pounds with Russ Wernemann not being in there, but they put the tire back on for weight distribution to try and keep the rear end down a little bit stronger through the corner.
Well, they've only got two wheels driving this thing, and they need as much weight as they can in the back of these things.
Walker Evans in second place. Jack Flannery is in third. Robby getting a little bit sideways as he tries to get to the outside line. Down into turn 1. He's flying that Dave Hawkers that he's coming up on. That'll be lap traffic. Boy, he is just putting on a dazzling display for this crowd.
Well, he needed to get out wide in that turn to carry the widest arc in there because, as you heard earlier on some of these local drivers, you can go through turn 1 flat out, but you have to go all the way wide there and use up as much of the racetrack to be able to do that.
Now the question is, Jerry, does he have to hammer it this hard? I mean, he is really pushing the throttle, and he's got a huge lead.
Well, he should be a little conservative right here, but I don't think that's in Robby's nature.
It never has been before. Up and over the jump again, and Robby Gordon, whoa, a big puff, and look at the left front tire, Jerry.
I think he has gone over that jump a little too hard. He landed a little too hard on the left front, and I think he's knocked the air right out of the tire.
It is definitely going flat. There you get a shot of it. This could spell disaster. Let's get another look.
Over the jump, right on that left front with all 4,100 pounds, and that's too much for that tire to bear.
One big puff of smoke, and all the air is gone from that tire. And as Robby Gordon pulls into the pits to get a fresh left front tire put on, we'll stop for this timeout at the Brush Run 101. Stay with us. We'll be back with the finish after the Brush Run 101. This is the two-wheel drive heavy metal championship, and that is your new leader, Walker Evans. While we were in break, he took over the lead, and this is how it happened.
Well, Robby had to stop for the tire here. He's mad at himself because he knows he made the mistake, and Walker Evans passes him by while he's sitting there.
Now, Robby gets out quickly enough. That is Jack Flannery in second. That is Steve McEachern in third, and the crew did a fantastic job of getting him back out in fourth position, and now we've got a great battle shaping up for second, third, and fourth.
But we're going to see what this truck can really do because Robby, like I said, is mad at himself, and he's going to come back through the pack here and see if he can't make a race out of it yet.
That's Robby trying to reel in Steve McEachern for third place. Jack Flannery is in front of both of them in second, and way out in front is Walker Evans.
Look at Robby trying to find a place to pass here. McEachern slides in front of him and shuts the door.
They head for turn 5, a quick little left-hander, and there's Jack Flannery coming up on lap traffic. That could slow a couple of these trucks down and make this race really interesting. And Gordon gets caught.
This is a tight section of the course right here, very difficult to pass.
And here's your leader, Walker Evans.
You know, Marty, Walker has made quite a name for himself winning in the stadiums with the mini trucks, but this is a truck he loves. Mini trucks are fun. This is his true love, and he'd like nothing better than win this race with the big truck.
Well, Jack Flannery's doing all he can to keep second place. Steve McEachern and Robby Gordon still banging on each other for third. We're into turn 2. Both of the McEachern and Gordon vehicles are starting to reel in Flannery, and now we've got a three-way battle for second place as we head down through turn 2 into 3.
Well, Flannery had second place pretty much to himself until McEachern picked up the pace to stay ahead of Robby, and now McEachern's pulled into second place.
Outside line for the pass, and McEachern's going to make it stick. Robby Gordon goes up on 3 wheels as he tries to come back inside on Flannery. Flannery in third right now, but look at the acceleration that Gordon puts on, and all of a sudden Flannery drops from second to fourth, and now the battle is for second place with Robby Gordon knocking on McEachern's door again.
Well, it's true in desert racing. You sometimes, when you get close to another vehicle, you start driving to that other vehicle rather than to the course, and that's what these guys are doing. They're driving to each other, and boy, they are really extending each other right now.
Oh, and McEachern slams the door shut again. Meanwhile, we've got to show you Walker Evans. He has earned some camera time. He is way out in front and driving a spectacular race and putting on a dazzling show for the 40,000 in attendance. And Robby Gordon has gotten past Steve McEachern. He made a bobble on the backside as we were looking at Walker Evans, and he comes out through the lap traffic. That is Dave Hawkers. Want the lap vehicle there, and he has just exploded away from McEachern.
What a comeback. We've seen a lot of flat tires from people today. Usually when they've got a flat tire, that ends the day for them. But Robby Gordon has come back from the dead to come into second place. I don't think he has time to catch Walker Evans.
We are dwindling down under the final laps. You can see how hard he was pushing the throttle. He had that inside front tire lifted up into the air and just literally carrying it again, flying over the jumpers. We are down now to the white flag lap. And Robby Gordon in second place, just hammering it, trying to reel in Walker Evans. But I don't think it's going to happen unless there is a big error on the part of the 50-year-old veteran from Riverside, California.
And he doesn't make too many of those type of errors. And here again is our leader, Walker Evans. Now I want to show you something. This is a textbook example of how to take these jumps. All 4 tires land at the same time. That's how you keep air in your tires and keep going.
Down through turn 2. He'll make the long back straightaway, and Walker Evans just 2 turns away from victory in the 2-wheel drive heavy metal championship. Now 1 turn away as he eases through turn 3. One more jump to go, and we'll see if he brings all 4 down together. And Jerry, just what you said, the crafty veteran, the Sly Fox, is going to drive home to victory in the 2-wheel drive heavy metal championship as the checkered flag falls for Walker Evans.
And in second place behind him, Robby Gordon still has the hammer down. He's still mad at himself for that mistake that has actually just cost him this race.
He comes over the jump. You think he'll let that car go across? No way. Robby Gordon puts it into a slide into the final turn and gets the crowd on its feet as he comes across in second place. Robby Gordon, not happy with himself, bangs on the steering wheel. Stay with us. We'll be back to talk to our winner.
Brush Front 101 with the winner of today's Heavy Metal Challenge, Walker Evans. What a race, Walker.
Well, it certainly was, wasn't it? Great start off the line, got going pretty good, got caught in a little traffic. Rob got by me. I was working with him. All of a sudden, he had a flat and put him out. Same thing that happened to me the race prior to it.
Seems all weekend like you brought half the registered vehicles in Riverside, California with you. You didn't win those races. You did win this one. Is this the one you wanted to win if you had to win just one?
Oh, of course. If we had to win just one, you always want to win the heavy metal with a big Class 8 Dodge and put all those sponsors out front. I'm happy. I love racing here in Crandon. What a great turnout. My land, a fast track, a little bit different track than, say, the Southern California tracks, but I still love it.
Well, Walker Evans, like vintage wine, just keeps getting better and better with age.
Look at that smile on his face. Walker Evans, your winner. Robby Gordon in second place. Steve McEachern finishes in third. Crandon's Jack Flannery is in fourth. And Gary DeGrief ends up in fifth place in the 2-wheel drive heavy metal championship.